friend. It is time to sit. It's time. It's time to sit. Chill out a little bit. Thank you very much. Oh, I did not find my other brush. Where's the other brush? Feisty little mister today. Feisty. He told me he was not done exercising. But you are. You are done for just right now. We're gonna get some of this fluffs off of you. And then you can go. Do more running. Do more running. See? We gotta finish up with these. Oh, this one looks like it hurts. Come on, right between those ears is no good. You are sitting still so nice. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. All of that fluff between your ears. Isn't that feel better? Doesn't that feel better? See, it's okay. Yeah. All this fluff, and then it gets all that dander up out of your forehead. Does this still count as part of your forehead? I don't know. I don't know. I should set up a little bot that talks about you guys, answers to questions, huh? It sounds like a good idea. Did we haircut this or pluck this? Looks mostly clear. Okay. So, I have kind of blabbered before about how their haircuts just got out of whack. So, coat got all patchy. And it makes it a little crazy. So we've got some really long parts. We've got some really short parts. We've got some long parts that are the new coat. So it's not pluckable. Not all Angora rabbits are pluckable. That's also a thing. But this one is. It is. He's also one of my calmest out of the three. And if in comparison I'm saying that two of you are calm and one of you is not, but even Haas sits nice. Yeah, you got fluffies in your eyes. You got dust fluffies in your eyes. Okay. So, Pfeffer is my little baby. I have 3 rabbits, and he is my smallest and youngest. They're all, I think you're 2.5 now? 3? I think you're 3. I have dates written down somewhere. Now, are you gonna stay chilling this way, or are you gonna turn over? Because I gotta get like your back end, and I gotta get your belly. Your choice. Your choice where we are starting. And I wish I could figure out where on earth I set down that silver comb, because that's the one I was using with you last time. It was very helpful. Did you hide the silver comb? No. You would never do such a thing, would you? No. Oh. I am really glad I cut his nails last time, because he did not want to get up from like running around on the floor, and so I've got scritchies. But thankfully none of them broke the skin. He's a little excited about running around. You do. You get excited. You get excited. I've seen it before. I know you're usually so chill, but I have seen you excited. Just a couple times. You are so good at cuddles, though. You are so good at cuddles. There's a floofy boy in there. He's about this big. He is my red satin French? I think so. I think he was a satin French. And so his coat is like a dark orangish, my opinion. Brownish red. And he's such beautiful colors. Look at your little head. Look at that cute little head. Is it okay? Yeah, I'm not being too crazy with you. I know you get so peaceful when we cuddle. You get so peaceful when we cuddle. I need just a minute to get my bag over here. There we go. Now I got the bag. Now I got the bag. So the bag is just where I am sticking all of my fluff for now. One, I have already got too much fluff. And by that I just mean more than I can currently use. Okay. I saw that. There was just a tiny little flinch. He didn't like it. I think he's got a... Yep. A little tangle up under that chin, huh? There. You sit so nice. You really do. You sit so nice. Okay, I turned you around for now. Come over here. I've got just a little spot there in the middle he can kind of settle down into. Each of my rabbits kind of likes different positions when we are grooming. Pfeffer is this little guy, and he really likes cuddles. Is my way of saying it. Like, he sits really well in my lap. sheds pretty well. So you see his backside started shedding first, and all of this just plucked right off. He's not bald. It'll grow back. It'll be just as beautiful as all the rest of this. But his back end will kind of shed, and then it'll come up all through this, and you see the new coat isn't grown in here yet, so this is still getting longer. But then up here, my crazy goose, we got so many like little patches going on here. The whole center of his back has pretty much shed already. Are we 2 coats behind on your back end, or is it just the going that fast that it's ahead of everything else, huh? I don't know. I don't know. Are we behind or ahead? It's hard to tell. It is very hard to tell. But these ones are definitely done because they just come right out. So I've just gotta trust the process for now until we get into like his summer coat. Yeah, you got tummy tangles hanging all the way out your back end. Tummy tangles are ticklish. So I try to be very gentle. This is the back of his leg at the moment. I know it's kind of hidden in the layers of fur. This is just the back side of his back leg. There was some long fluff hanging off there. And then I'm gonna try, no. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fair. That's not exactly a comfortable position to get after that. So I will come back up here and we'll work on what I can get to for now. Hello, I see you. Having a nice, peaceful bunny afternoon. But can you hear me? I guess if you can't hear me, that would be kind of a trick question. Okay. I am trying a microphone with my camera because I'm using my phone as a camera. And when I was just using my phone, it was quiet, but I also might have been accidentally like, the phone holder was like on something. I don't know. We're working out the kinks as I go. Oh my goodness. Very vicious. No, okay, this one I cannot call vicious though. This is like my sweetest baby. He is so peaceful. He will sit and just chill. I have another orange one. He's actually copper instead of red. So it's all this like lighter kind of orange on him. He doesn't get the dark tips. He will fall asleep. In the castle of Oh, we should definitely have a Monty Python day. That would be kind of epic. I'm a bit out of practice now, but I used to be very guilty of like quoting the entire movie while it was playing. Not as bad as watching The Labyrinth with me, but there's so many good lines in there. Monty Python is like, I don't know. Has it grown out of cool? Do younger people still like learn comedy through Monty Python? Or does that like did it die off at some point in our generations? I mean, I learned a little bit too much about both religious history and the reproductive systems by watching The Life of Brian. Oh, but the Holy Grail, I think, was my favorite. Uh, Personal favorite spot might be when they ate Robin's minstrels. Oh, yeah, Skibidi Toilet. Humor has taken an interesting turn. I can't even say strange because there's a lot of like humor that's always been strange. Oh, I don't think you should be ashamed. That's very Riz. I was kind of behind my own made up schedule today, and I didn't sit down with my rabbit until the afternoon. But I've been trying to sit down with one of them every Monday morning. Small progress towards productivity. Ooh, I keep hearing the floor upstairs like shift. It sounds like someone is walking around upstairs. So creepy. Hi, Reverend Saul. He is very, very chill. This is my baby of my bunnies. And he is super peaceful. And it doesn't take much for him to let me know when he does not like something. because I am still very much new to the whole rabbit thing. These are the first Angora rabbits I've had. I got to have like a pet rabbit. Oh, was he like a cottontail? More of like what you would think of as a traditional rabbit, North American rabbit. So my sister had gotten him at a Renaissance fair. And so we had her rabbit, which she was apparently the only person who did not remember that she, as a teenager, named her boy rabbit Sex. That was his name. That's what I remember his name being. That's what my mother remembers her calling him. My sister completely denies that that is what she named her rabbit. And this little baby is named Pfeffer because I have 3 rabbits altogether, and I like to name some of my animals after food. So I have my biggest rabbit I named Haas, and my littlest rabbit I named Pfeffer, and so I have Haas and Pfeffer. Haas and Pfeffer in German is rabbit stew. I think it's funny. No reaction. Because once upon a time, I had a snapping turtle, a pet snapping turtle for a little while, and I called him Turtle Soup. He was eventually released back into the wild. But it was kind of epic to have a snapping turtle walking around your living room. Myself and all of my friends, we'd sit with our feet on the couch, and he'd just stomp around the living room. That was kind of awesome. You, my little bun, you like to stomp around the living room, but thankfully you don't bite toes. You just scratch me. Your kickity kicks. Why did your coat get so uneven? Is this just my fault? Operator error? What did I do? Each of my rabbits is slightly different, genetics breed-wise. So I believe he is satin French. And I think the French part is why his fur just plucks. Oh, I've got to redo my research on rabbits. But my German Angora, like you cannot sit and just pluck all of his hair. It does not pull off of him in the same way that it does Pfeffer here. So usually you guys get haircuts. Yeah. But I'm experimenting with, does giving them haircuts make their coat grow in crooked or uneven, or like how often do I need to, because then they seem to get on slightly different schedules of when one of them is ready for a full haircut, or like I was showing off here, he got a little naked butt. The top backside of his booty all shed. Like he had big white fluffy stuff. I'm gonna work more on his leg too. He had long white fluffy stuff that all just shed right off of his back end, but all of this is still growing. What's the deal with that, huh? Oh, but I did something amazing. Ooh. Well, and I love some of the different like varieties. When you mix animals together, then you get specific traits. You had a foot fluff. There we go. I did a thing. Okay. I did a thing. I want to show it off. So I have spun yarn from them. This is all 3 of them mixed together. So it's kind of gray from Haas. It is kind of reddish brown from Pfeffer. And then it's also got orange bits in there from my other one, who is Fizzgig. But I am so proud of myself that I made a whole ball of yarn that was like sock weight. And I made socks. Well, partially made socks. I did the toes and the cuffs in rabbit fur. And then I'm going to do a cut-in heel, afterthought heel. It is so warm. It is so super duper soft. I have made a hat and a headband. And they are so super warm and super soft, but also not... Oh, this is way better. Did I do this one with... I also have some merino from a semi-local farmer who has llamas. And I don't remember if this is the one that I mixed with merino, because this seems stretchier than my hat. My hat is very not stretchy, so it like barely fits my head. But this is my very first pair of rabbit socks. Oh, and you can see they're different colors in there. Oh, that makes me so happy. They all have white on like the inside of their coat, but then it comes out to different colors on the ends. And sometimes I try to spin just one color of fur together, and other times I get excited and I just spin it all together. Can I borrow some of this fluff? And their tummies are like all white and super fluffy. Extra soft. You're so extra soft. Yeah. You come show your little face? Come here. Come show your cute little face. Hi. You are such a handsome boy. You sit so nice. Yeah. That's why I want to hang out with you. Let people see you. You adorable little stinker. Oh, so pretty. Okay, are we going to work on this shoulder? Let's see. You come this way. I've got an extra chair here so I can kind of have my legs at the right angle. Can I get this shoulder? When I sit with them, I try to kind of like rotate around so that I don't bug any one spot too much. Yeah, I used to hate it when my sister brushed my hair, so I can only imagine somebody pulling on your hair. And then you tell me when you don't like it, and then we'll switch. We will work with it. Yours, see? You are the cutest. You are the cutest floof. And I think rabbits make some really wonderful pets. Oh gosh, 2 have got some long cheeks. Are these not ready yet? You got cheekers. There's your cheek, all the way in there. That's long, dude. But your chest is all fluffed out like it's done. Is it tickly? Oh, there's another tangle, that's why. No, the tangles. Do you want to lay on your back? Would that help? Sometimes it helps. Which way do you want to lay? Let me try this way. Bloop. Oh, look at these. Let's get those off of you. Shaky feets. Shaky feets. So got such cute toes. What were you doing? Oh, he's got like a spot where he has rubbed the fur off of his feet. Buddy, how did that happen, huh? Are you sitting on your mat too much? Do I need to give you some more clean spaces? It doesn't look like any sores, just like dry bits of skin and stuff. And I have to keep an eye on that. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. That's no good. And the fur on their feet does shed as well, so I'm wondering if maybe it just got tangled and kind of came off in clumps. So I will keep an eye on it. Yes, and I will give you some more places to sit. Sometimes they are stinkers and they like to go to the bathroom in the same place that they want to lay down. It's not a good idea. We've talked about this. There, the rest of your foot feels okay. No owies. Oh my goodness, and you got that one sharp one. What do you do with that one? He scratched me pretty good already. I had him running around on the floor, and when I went to pick him up, he kicked. Because I said it was time for grooming, and he said, no, wait, I changed my mind. I want to play more. How's his side? But thankfully, he did not get me with these sharp little ones. What is that one? How is it so tough? Because the thing was in the way. I couldn't close it because the thing was in the way. Oh, for crying out loud. You got me. That was good. You gotta quit digging in your cage. You have better places to do that. That's not good for your toenails. Yikes, dude. Okay. I might have to change your pen a bit. You are having foot problems, and that's no good. How's this other one doing? Look, you got him over here. What is all that? Baba. You got such beautiful fluffy feet. Yeah, you do. Can I get the rest of this tangle by your butt? Perfect time for an itchy nose. You got It's got lots of long fur back here. I think this is part of what that stuff on your butt was. Oh, there's the new coat. Super short little hairs in there. Does it stand out in all of the white? Oh, just barely. That little bitty dark stuff, that's his new coat, the tips of his new coat growing in this area. So there's all that long white fluffy stuff, and then you see the dark in there again. That's new coat for him. Can I just gently pull this tangle out? Oh, we will try. Nice and easy, huh? Since I got his little head up here, I can hear him when his breathing gets faster or slower. And it picks up on certain ticklish spots. It's almost like an early warning system. He usually stays chill, but my other Fizzgig falls asleep. He does. Yeah. That's better. He really likes it when he's got pressure on the top of his head there. So that's all I did was just adjust a little bit so that I had my arm up against the top of his head. Yeah. Does that help? Oh, good boy. You're such a good boy. I see your leg. There's the little leg. It looks like your new coat has started on your leg. I try not to be rude when I am pulling like the armpit spots. Oh, I think in the US we kind of miss out. Rabbits are much more common. I'm generalizing here. In the UK, Britain, and also like Indian countries. Actual India. And what the heck was the other one? Oh, I fell down a tangent, and of course YouTube doesn't always tell you where everybody's from. Watching videos where they were farming rabbits, and there were several different Middle Eastern languages spoken in those videos. And I had not thought that a super fuzzy animal would go live somewhere that hot. But they were very beautiful. And then as far as like pet rabbits go, oh, you can have some really wonderful pets out of rabbits. Different breeds, again, have some different characteristics, similar to different dog breeds. Some are very, oh, is it the dwarf? The little bitty dwarf rabbits are super stinking cute, but they're usually less sociable with people. Those giant lop-eared and the Flemish giants, they get huge. And they lay around almost like a small medium dog. It's wonderful. They are. They are wonderful little critters. They have really interesting little personalities when they run around, and they will like angry flip things. They'll grab it with their mouth and just flip it. They don't like that thing anymore. They don't want it up here. Yeah, not right now. Not right now, you're not angry. His little head is like sinking back. Yes. Yes, they're adorable, those little bitty bunnies. But they definitely they socialize differently than we're used to from like cats and dogs. I might almost say you're more similar to like a cat. Huh. Did I jinx myself and you are falling asleep? His head just keeps sinking farther back. That's okay. I will sit here with a sleepy bunny. I like the cuddles. And I feel like, especially before I got these guys, looking online, I saw so many very different opinions on how to take care of them. And quite often we're given information that is very true for that one person, but it's not true for like all rabbits. So things like what to feed them, how to house them, etc. Some of those tips worked for me, and others did not work at all. One really common one is having like a litter box for them. They will be litter trained if you work with them. And putting hay there. These guys absolutely love to make a mess of the hay. They eat very little of it. I can't explain. Why not? Or always take the left at Albuquerque, depending on how chaotic you're feeling. And I've even had some people absolutely just like shocked and scared for the health of my rabbits because they don't eat hay. What do you mean they don't eat hay? Look, I've tried, but all I do is end up wasting money on hay. And they won't eat it. They are stubborn, and I also cannot get them to eat carrots. Sometimes I can get them to eat small bits of kale. And I'm going to try again with my garden this year, growing some more things that I think that I can mix in for their food. For these guys in particular, and this is the advice I got from the person I got my rabbits from, who was an Angora breeder specifically, she said to feed them pineapple. And so they do eat pineapple every now and then, and I kind of love it. That's like the only treat thing that they really take for me. Should we give you some more pineapples? And part of I guess the pineapple helps to like keep their digestive tract clear, because if they are grooming themselves and they get really big long hair bits that stick together, it can mess up their digestive system. And that's scary, because that can also be like fatal. So we want to keep your gut moving. And their pellets, like their food is essentially pelletized hay. So I tried a few different flavors, a few different mixes of hay. They make some really cool, botanical blends, things that have flowers in them, a variety of grasses. It's very good nutrition stuff. They wanted nothing to do with it. I should try that again. Every now and then isn't so bad. One of them used it as bedding. And I think that might have been this guy. So, I mean, at least on the front where that would give him somewhere softer to like have his feet while those are healing up more. I might give that a try. I'll give you a little hay bed. Oh, we're right by your tail. I'm trying not to pull on your butt. The food that eats you back. Oh my. Yeah, I don't get it. They're supposed to eat hay. Everything says that they like hay. Every now and then, the rabbit just doesn't want hay. I mean, you are sitting pretty darn good. I like it. You are breathing away, though. Are you comfortable? Nervous? I don't even know. So just got cold? Why you sound so stuffy? He sounds stuffy right now. I don't know what that is. There's one little bunny butt cheek. Ha ha! Not too bad. I always worry sometimes that like the stuff that was ready was right next to the hair that wasn't quite ready, and he'll get little pink spots every now and then, so I try to be super gentle when I'm just plucking him. Can I roll your hips? Oh, yeah, you're okay. And switch sides on ya. Where's this? The back of this leg. It is hard to figure out where the fur is coming from sometimes. Your little feet have still got me worried. Just these little like hard bits. And he's not like flinching or anything, so I'm guessing it doesn't hurt, but so little feet have got me worried. Now we already cleared off this side the last time I was working with him. Almost. So I can see your new coat starting to come in. I do want to try and trim your tummy if we get to it today. That would be ideal. Where else would it, wait, where would what come from? I missed something. And it's something that I said. Oh. Off. There you go. See, you got this on the back side too. So I know I can't really show it on camera right now. Like, where he gets these little spots where some of it has already shed off, but the fur around it hasn't, it gets things that look similar to what's on his feet right now, but it's just like skin buildup, the dander that he's shed, and it gets kind of caught in those short hairs and well, maybe once I get all the long stuff out of the way, then you'll be able to groom yourself better. Yeah. Nobody can groom very good with all the tangles. You are so chill right now. Tuck a little tail. Coming up the little tailbone. I think one of my favorites is when you give them like an all-over haircut. They look like little, the little dogs, toy poodles? They look like a little teddy bear kind of, and I think toy poodles are the ones that look like that when they get haircuts. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Get the dandruff off your butt. Is this dandruff or have you been laying in your bathroom? Not good for you. It's not good for you to lay in your bathroom. Solid advice. Rabbit's not gonna listen to me, but I can try. I have a little project in the back of my mind for this summer to actually change their enclosures. Because when I first got them, I had hoped that they would be able to, what's the right word? Like bond and hang out with each other all the time. And then they could just have one large shared enclosure. They're not interested. They are not interested in roommates. They have made it very clear over the first year that I had them that they were not interested. I even managed to I got one of the boys fixed. I don't remember if it's neutering or spayed for boy, whatever. I got one of them fixed, which took a while because our veterinarian had never done it before, and rabbits are they've got very thin skin, and it can be kind of tricky to operate on. So my vet found someone who would. We got one of the boys fixed because that's what I could afford at the time. It did not change his behavior. It did not make him any easier to get along with the other ones. In fact, he is the biggest stinker still, who insists on like peeing out of the corner of his cage, which is like marking territory. The one who's fixed. I have to have a litter box outside of the litter box to catch the corner where he goes to the bathroom. So after that, I decided not to go through the process of getting the other two fixed. I would just let them each have their own houses. But now they've each been like just in small enclosures. And I feel like they need more room to run around more often. Since I can't get them like fully free roaming, I at least want to have them in a bigger space for each of them. Can you hear his little snorts? I don't know if that's comfortable or snoring. My goodness, buddy. Yeah. Ah. Oh, and I am so proud of myself. I did a thing. I uploaded one of my streams. Gosh, who was that one with? That might have been sitting with Haas. I uploaded one of my streams over to YouTube. Because the first few times I streamed, I like didn't tell anybody I was going to be. And I was streaming under like animals and zoos instead of under makers and crafting. And like that's usually just more videos of like watching the yard, or there's totally a channel where they have rabbits and then they just have like cameras set up around their enclosure to watch them hang out and run around. And that gave me some really wonderful ideas of what to try for their new enclosures, because a lot of the advice I got said to not have any like ladders or layers or like, but then I see these really great rabbit enclosures where they totally have shelves and layers and ramps to run up and little castles made out of like cardboard and stuff. You guys, I have so much cardboard. Oh, hi! Welcome in, Castle Prepper. I am hanging out with my bunny Pfeffer today. I'm only sleeping. No? Oh, welcome in. Thank you for raiding in. I am hanging out with my sweet boy Pfeffer today. He is the youngest of my Angora rabbits. And he is super sweet. I swear he can sit with me for hours and I will not notice that time has passed because he just stays chill for the longest out of the three of them. I only have them to compare to each other, so I am very thankful for some sweet, patient bunnies. They are my first Angora rabbits. I got them for making yarn and being little yarny pets. I think he's asleep. Oh, they would have. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, though. Rabbits make wonderful pets, but they are not all as sweet and cuddly as we would wish them to be. I have several friends now who I talk to them about their pet rabbits. I get super excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, you have pet rabbits. And then they're like, yeah, no, mine don't let me pet them. I was like, oh, do you want to come hold mine sometime? They do. They do. They act a lot like a cat. He's making me giggle. It sounds like he's snoring. Right now I have got 3 rabbits. This little guy is Pfeffer. And my biggest one is Gray. And he's actually a different breed. He's a German Angora. And technically I guess his color is called chocolate. His name's Haas. And so between my biggest and my littlest, I have Haas and Pfeffer, which is rabbit stew in German. I have a history of naming animals after food. And then my third rabbit is actually, what would you call it, a disabled rabbit, I guess? So he was born blind in one eye and partial cataracts affecting the other by the time I had gotten him at a year old. And so he's got some neurological issues. He likes to run around in circles. And his name is Fizzgig. He was named after the little fuzzball in the dark crystal. And Fizzgig will fall asleep on my lap quite often. He likes the cuddles. He also has a harder time getting around than the other two, so I've got to thank you, no worries. You go ahead, rate, and run. Thank you for stopping by. Have fun with your errands. I said errands, not errands. Can we trim your tummy while you're laying so nice? So I usually give them haircuts instead of using clippers. I have mentioned how I did not get all 3 of my boys neutered. So I have to work around their anatomy, and I think that is easier for me to do with scissors. So I get to give little bunny haircuts. I usually just trim on the inside of their legs and across to their tummy, because even if, so on Pfeffer here, most of his coat will like brush off when it's ready, or I can pull it like I have been doing. But tummies and insides of legs, they tickle. So it's much harder for them to sit still for that. So I usually try to just cut it because it's faster for both of us. Me and a bunny. We want to do what is quick and easy. You got your foot in between my scissors, dude. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you. I think by far that Pfeffer here and then Fizzgig, they sit much better for their tummy haircuts than Haas does. Haas has gotten much better over the years of getting used to me, my big guy. He's just definitely more vocal. His opinion is known. He's got less patience for me if I am tickling him or pulling on things too much. Oh dear. Is that a little better? He had a tingle right there on the inside of his leg. I'm trying to make sure that it's not like my fault that I'm accidentally like pushing on his nose or something. He is just chilling today. I think he was looking forward to the tummy haircut. That's just me being optimistic right there. I'm not sure if he loves the haircut, but I do think he really likes it when the haircut is all done. Because bunny fur is super hot. I got these sweet boys for the purpose of making yarn. Yes. Do you want to take a break, or are you doing okay? Oh yeah, he was out. Hi, bud. That was cute. You're such a cute boy. I just switched scissors on myself. There we go. Oops. They have got very thin skin all over, not just on their tummies. So I feel like I always get really focused because I'm trying not to hurt them. We want this to be a pleasant experience. Yeah. You are just so noisy today. We were talking about giving them pineapple treats. My boys do not eat hay. I have tried several times. They really don't eat it. So I have to find different things to give them for treats, and one of the things that works really nicely for Angoras is pineapple. I'm I'm trying to get it off the back of your leg. There we go. Oh, you can hear. Yes, he's noisy. But when I moved my arm to check on him, it was like he woke up. So I think he's just like snoring. Oh my goodness. Dude, you're funny. Try to find a leg in here. It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. I usually find myself just like talking in order to like make noise so that like random things don't startle them while we're working together. So I figured streaming was like the perfect thing to try because I would much rather talk to people instead of randomly blathering to myself. Yeah, that one little foot shake. That one little foot shake. Goofy boy. Can I get this leg? Oh, you got tangle back there? Do you? Yeah, and I am very thankful that he does not was it somebody said something about like getting jackrabbit kicked? I'm very thankful that he does not kick because when I am trying to give him a haircut between his legs, I don't want to get kicked in the face. I mean, seems reasonable, right? I'll be gentle with you, you'll be gentle with me. Good boy. Yeah. Oh my goodness, buddy. Oh my goodness, yeah. Let's start up here, and then we can find that leg. And find that leg. We're in no hurry, huh? Nope. Oops. Thin skin and very stretchy, so I try to make sure that I am not pulling any skin folds up into my scissors while we are doing this. That is a sleepy bunny. There we go. I got your knee. Ta-da! Oh. Oh my gosh, see? Sometimes I get so close and it scares me. I try to remain cautious with them. They're very sweet little beans, and I want them to keep trusting me. You're okay. That was the fridge making noise. He heard a noise and then he had complete silence. He was listening. Oh, that skin. There. I can see the inside of both of your legs. Good job. Good job. You still got a lot of fluff on this one. So now that I can see better, I'll try going down the other leg. Little bites. Take little bites. Floof, floof, floof. There we go. Okay. That's pretty good. We are coming up onto summer, so they don't really need a very thick coat right now. Their coat will grow a bit thinner in the summer than it does during the winter. I have also, over the last year, been trying to just save less when I give them their haircuts. I was guilty of thinking that every single hair was precious and I needed all of it in order to make yarn. That made me go really slow on the haircuts because I was trying to be so cautious about getting like the most length possible and like not getting uneven lengths, and it was too much. It was not necessary. I need to calm myself down just a little bit and take what I can get, because I have got a shelf full of fluff from these boys. I think it would take me a whole year to spin, because I am still just spinning, what is the word? Drop spindle. I'm using a drop spindle for spinning. Not quite as fast as wheels. So I really did need to just kind of chill out a bit. Get you turned here. I can trim off the outside of this fuzzy little leg. No, I can't see, so we'll go this way first. Well, the little bendy foldy spots that I don't want fur getting stuck to itself. Give you your summer legs, huh? Oh, my leg fell asleep. Oh, there we go. Oh. It's hard not to, it's hard not to save all of it, because every little bit of fluff is super soft. Every bit. you are so soft. You are so soft and fluffy, and I might be emotionally attached to your fur. Yeah. And I've debated trying to get them used to clippers for haircuts, but then I would also have to get used to clippers for haircuts. And there's just so many little folds and skin flaps, and I'm nervous. So I don't. I just stick to using the scissors. And I definitely don't mind the cuddle time while we sit and cut his hair. And by no means do I think it takes long. It's faster than sitting and plucking him. Good job, buddy. I have decided with most of my scrap bags that even the stuff I wasn't going to spin into yarn, I've kept some bags of it in order to stuff little amigurumis. Are these some guard hairs? That's what's up. Oh, well, now it's just a tangled mess and I lost it. There we go. Still got some booty guard hairs, huh? There we go. Look at that. You've almost got one free leg. It makes a big difference in their ability to actually groom themselves when you get all this big fluff out of the way. Yeah. And then he's got this floofy little tail left. I like your floofy tail. It's so cute. You're so cute. Doop, doop. I have dresses set aside as my rabbit apron pretty much because I will be covered in fur when I am done sitting with him. It gets in the air, it sticks to my face. Little baby fluffs everywhere. And you get to trim your little booty. You're sitting so nice for me. You are. And somewhere here at the base of the tail is a booty, so we're going to cut careful. I am not by any means wanting to repeat this experience, but Haas, when I was trimming his tail before, decided to tell me that he did not like it when I was touching his tail by peeing on me. It did get the message through. So unfortunately, that communication worked. And he did it to me a second time. But that time we were sitting on the floor and I was just trying to like brush out his back and he didn't like it. So he peed again. And now I've had to like just find workarounds. Like I'll put him on like a mat on the table or something so that he would stop it or make sure that he goes to the bathroom first. Because he's the stinker that pees out of the corner of his cage. He'll pee out of the corner to mark territory, and then he somehow always has more pee ready. Because he's gotten me twice now. And I am not a fan. My bunny dress is that waterproof. Oh, look at some little poo tangles in there. Yuck. Irk. There you go, Bim. Oh. Yeah, and I made sure you went potty before I took you out of your pen. And you usually sit real nice for me without having to go potty. You okay? What? Did you wake up? What happened? Is it because I petted you? Yeah, once you don't have any fur in the way, then you can feel me. Or is it because I was playing with your tail? Yeah. Either way. So, should I keep going up your side, I think? Because that's working nice. Wait. I don't even know what's new coat, old coat anymore. I'm just trying to make you comfortable. Yeah. Last summer, I tried to just keep them cut in the places with the most movement. So like right around the back of the leg, the tummy. Because I figured those are the spots where they like get sweaty and uncomfortable and then stuff mats together. And so I think that's my game plan going into this spring and summer season, is that we'll do this spring haircut. Oof, buddy. To try and make sure that they are comfortable and can move. If I'm going to give you more room to run, oh baby, you need to be able to run. I'm sorry. Did that tickle? Did that tickle? Oh, we're gonna rearrange. Yeah, it's okay. Can I untuck you to work up this side? Or do we want to turn around? You are doing so good. You are. Oh, there we go. There we go. Man, I thought I already trimmed the inside of the leg. Where is this all coming from? No cutting the bunny folds. There we go. Got your head laying all funny. I got so focused for a bit. He's laying nice, but I don't have any like pressure holding him or keeping him secure, so I got all focused. Good job, buddy. Little eyes are watering. His eyes are watering from where he had him like pressed up against my arm. I usually do bad things for my posture while I sit with them. Oh. Because I will try to just work around whatever position they are currently comfortable in. And then I'll like stretch later, so. It's not about me, it's about the bunnies. And since getting these guys, I have gotten kind of obsessed with watching YouTube grooming channels. It's far more common to see someone like grooming cats and dogs, or even shearing sheep and llamas. That's the other one. He's so sweet. I don't want to turn him around, but I do want to turn him around. Yeah, I don't want to wake up a sleepy bunny. He's so comfy. He's so comfy. Oh, jeepers. Oh, my floor upstairs is making crazy noises. There you go. Hi. How are you? You take a minute. That was a good nap, huh? Now that I had you upside down, I gotta straighten your coat out again. There you go. Good boy. Good, that's a good boy. Yeah. I'll let you get your bearings for a minute. I'm gonna drink my coffee. I mix cacao in with my coffee drink, and then that stuff all settles to the bottom. You were such a sweet boy. We were just ready for the cuddles today. Which is funny because I let him run around for a bit when I brought him out, and I was like, yeah, you go ahead, exercise, run around a little, and then you come cuddle with me. He did not want me to pick him up. He didn't fight me or run away too bad. Like a hoss, if given the opportunity, Hoss will have you chase him all over the room. He will keep running from you because it is fun to him. You really have to corner Hoss. He won't give up. Usually, Pfeffer here is pretty easy, and so he had stopped moving. He sniffed my finger, and then put his little head down like he usually does. And then right at the last moment when I went to pick him up, he just started kicking like crazy. So he scratched my hand a couple times and my arm. But thankfully I'd already cut his nails, so it was not too bad. You did not draw any blood. But you're a good fighter. Yeah, you are a good fighter. So tough. We're so very tough. I really wish that the three of them would get along nicely so that I could just have them free range all the time. Because I feel like they deserve it. We're such sweet boys, you deserve it. All the space. Yeah. Do you hear the furnace noise? Alright, next we're gonna turn you one more time upside down. One more time. I'm gonna turn you one more time upside down, and we're gonna get up here by them front feet. Because you got some little tangles up here where it has been shedding really randomly. And they each have different ways that they like to lay in their cage, so sometimes they'll just get tangles based on where they've been liking, how they've been liking to lay lately. Like, if it's Fizzgig is always on the same side because he'll lay with his kind of like blind side down, so we can keep an eye on things. No, Pfeffer, you kind of switch it up sometimes. And Haas always sits in the same corner. Oh. Was that a good break? You're so chill today. I'm happy. I'm a happy bunny. My little baby. Okay. I got floof everywhere. Oh, I forgot to bring up the little air filter. Okay. I have a little air filter that I usually remember. But I should set that up with, when I'm grooming, I should have it somewhere close by. That way all this airborne stuff, when I'm grooming, kind of gets drawn towards that filter. I finish my coffee, and then we finish your tummy. Oh, my cup even matched my dress today. You are so adorable. You're so cute. Oh, come here. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Flip. Wow, good boy. Oh, that was so nice. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to come back in down here where we were already working with them. Oh, where am I going? I was about to stick that in my knitting bag. Oof. You can't make stuff with it until it is turned into yarn. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a sweet little fluff and I know it. Yeah. Oh, you're such a good boy. find an angle that works here to get started on this side. I couldn't quite reach this side when I was coming up on the other side. So I just turn my scissors around a whole bunch of times until I figure out a good direction. He is definitely my calmest of the three. I feel like he can sit for the longest without being bothered. The other two really will get sick of it, I guess is the best way to put it. They're done. They're done with the tickles. They're done with the repositioning. They're done. I promise he's not a dead bunny. He's just sleeping. That is how chill he is. I am so lucky to have such a super chill bunny. They are not all like this. This is my baby, my sweet baby. Yeah. You're such a good boy. You make such pretty yarn. I'm trying to work my way up to this arm. Carve a little path if I can. Oh, there's a little tit. Ooh, okay. We're almost there. Ah! I can't get through this bit. Oh, I'm sorry, is it tickly? It is tickly. Just a little bitty paw wiggle. Just a little paw wiggle. You are so wonderful. So wonderful. Good job. Good job. Every now and then I get lucky and I get to work in a position that's comfortable for my hand for a while. There's a little chest up in there and little elbows, and they're all covered in fluff. So you cannot tell the flippin' difference. Can't can't make heads or tails out of it. Isn't that the saying? Thankfully, I can tell the difference from your head to your tail. Those I don't get mixed up. There's the other arm. We're almost there. There's a little tangle there, so I can't get my scissors through it. I will clear some more stuff out of the way. I try not to pull their tummy hair, but it does shed, just like the rest of him. So it feels like there's a spot there where it started to shed and let loose, and then it got tangled in the other hairs around it. Rolly chair, now it's not the time to start rolling. Peace and quiet. Look at that. So calm. So much fluff. Just off of the legs. Oh, now it's kind of the perfect spot. I couldn't get it when I had him laying the other way around. Don't get too excited. We don't need to cut too fast. There we go. Little by little, we will trim all the fluff. And the same rule applies back here. I've still got to find a way to kind of like part my way into the hair so that I can see what I'm doing. Bodies are not flat. Bunny bodies are not flat. I have watched some videos where, like on an Angora farm, when it is time to give them haircuts, they have so many rabbits that they have to do it faster. And those rabbits also get detangled with a blower. So for the most part, their hair is kept untangled. And they will put them on this, the one that I'm thinking of, they put them on this table, and it had like a half pipe, a bunny half pipe. so that kind of like they're laying now, you could string up their legs and then their front paws, and it stretched them into this little bunny half pipe. And then she used the electric clippers and just went up one side and turned the bunny, and it did not look comfortable. I'm a little bit biased. They're my pets. I want to cuddle them and be nice to them and hug them and love them and call them George. Uh, so it didn't look as sweet and nice as I would want, but it was super efficient. By stretching the bunny out that way, it did smooth all of those lines where she got long, clear passes with the clippers. Took the coat off the bunny in minutes. So I'm a little envious of that part. But I would not want to trade it for bunny cuddle naps. Ever. Because I like bunny cuddle naps even when I don't get fluff out of the deal. When they're just sitting with me. Which I feel like we will end up with some streams where I am just sitting with the rabbits, especially if I get all of our haircuts done. More cuddles. This is what I mean by turning every which way to get at it. Oh my goodness. Big noises. Big noises upstairs. And did you even flinch? Nope. That's a happy bunny right there. Good job. Good job, buddy. Hmm? That is a really good question, Saul. So, I have experimented with a lot of options. You do not have to make bats. I have used just a regular pet brush, dog brush, the slicker brush, I think they call these ones. And you can kind of just comb it and make mini bats or roll eggs where it's all going the same direction, and then you take chopsticks and you roll it off of there, and then you get like a little cigar where it's all spun in the same direction and then you can spin off of that. I liked that quite a bit for traveling with my spindle, because then I could just keep all of the little Rolags in a Ziploc bag. I had my spinning bag that went with me. That was the easiest. Some people do what they call spin from the cloud, and that is just taking a fluffy handful and starting to spin. As long as it's not matted and tangled, any of the options works for these guys, and it's a shorter staple length. So most of the time off of my smaller 2 rabbits, I get like, oh, I'm sorry, did that tangle pull? I feel it now. I feel it. It's up here. So most of the time, no. Whoa, what is this? Buddy. You got a little armpit nugget. I want to get it. It's okay, you can hold my hand. It is okay, you can hold my hand. We'll go in nice and gentle. Does that feel better? We're almost there. Wow, it's an armpit nugget. To get such long fur up here, we gotta get it out. Do you have your new coat in already, or should I just cut this? It looks like nothing. Okay. Okay, come here. Come here. I want to get you a different position before we get that, because your eyes keep watering, Bubby. We got your whole tummy clipped. We got your whole tummy clipped. Yeah, you did it. Do you need a little break? Even the bestest of bunnies get sick of haircuts sometimes. Yeah, even the bestest. You have got such long floofs back here. No, oh, okay, okay. We no clipping the skin. No clipping the skin. It's a good goal. Is it okay if I just pull back here for a little bit? One of the other things they do when they're ready to be done, they want a break and they need to let me know. They'll dig on me. They'll take their front paws and they'll just dig on me. They get my attention and I let them go for a while. Sweet boy. Yeah. He had a darn good nap. His eyes were watering. He was snoring. My goodness. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Can we finish getting your front? Can we? I could put you back this way because that works best. For him. I should say that works best for him. Okay. Yes, you definitely can. I was talking, I'm not 100% sure. I think this one is just Angora. And I took my other ones in the other room. You definitely can blend it with other things. And it quite often, Angora always gives this like fuzz off of it. What is this one? That might be a decent comparison. Merino wool, bamboo, and nylon. Okay, so this patterned blue one is merino mixed with rayon and nylon. It has like no, they call it halo. It has none of that fluff. Angora, well, the rabbit fur, it like always has this fluff. They call it a halo. And if you mix it in, you get that super warm quality and the softness from the Angora. But then you also get the strength and the stretch that other fibers have. So yes, you could definitely mix it. Oh, I know, I talked too much. That does happen. I think he's getting a little sick of it too. You sat so well. You sat so well. Do you want to take a little break? Want to take a little break? I want to try and clear out his like chest fur, but I had to work my way up from the bottom because that's easier than working your way down from the top. You gotta kind of come out around the shoulder, and it's a lot of curves. It's hard to get the scissors to match it. So I always think it's much easier to come up from the belly. And he's just ready for a break. Oof. And some people, I have not done this because he doesn't shed full coat all at once, but some people will even like spin directly off of their rabbit. And you don't technically need anything. You just twist it. And it kind of like draws, that's called drawing the fiber. It pulls itself out as you go. So this would be similar to drafting from the cloud. It's just a fluff. That's gotta be like impossible to see. Okay. I was like light on light colors. If I use the bunny as a background. Oh, I think it would be. It's definitely very, very interesting. Like I've seen it done at a fiber fair where people are there with fiber animals and different yarns and stuff. And so they're doing kind of demonstrations. That's where I've seen it done. And it's cool. it doesn't seem very convenient. Like, the rabbit will sit there just fine. But I don't know. I think it's just for the, like, the coolness factor of it, if that makes sense. Like, it is pretty remarkable that you can pull the fiber directly off the animal and have thread. Single ply yarn, technically, thread. This is actually then 3-ply, where it's got 3 different strands that are then twisted back on each other in order to make it much stronger. Oh, cool! Yes, I really like watching people make fiber blends. And you can do it on a board. They call it like a blending board. It's essentially just a bunch of little pins like this, but on like a flat board. And so you pull the fibers across there and it lays them out, and then you can like mix and blend the colors on there as you go and pull that bad off and spin from it. It looks so cool. Should I let you run around for a bit? You did so good. I think you deserve a break. You did. You did so good. Well, and I've been catching him kind of chew on the... Oh, the one that spins. That's a... I know what you're talking about. A drum carder. Yes, where it has all of the little pins, but they're on a drum. And you crank that. That is on my wish list. A drum carder or a like blending board. And I'm hoping to get myself a spinning wheel for my birthday this year in September. So then I will be able to spin more yarn faster. So we got all the fluffs. All the fluffs. Do you want to get down or do you just want to sit and chill? I can leave you alone for a bit. He hasn't quite yelled at me yet, so I feel like I can get away with just a little bit more. I was even debating, yes, it looks so easy. You just feed it the fur. They also make, if you're ever curious to watch them, videos where you watch people commercially process wools, and they have huge machines that you feed fur in literally on a conveyor belt, so you can lay it all out. And then it comes out the other end already as roving. So it brushes it all the same direction, kind of draws it out into thin strips. And the one that I watched, as it comes out of the other end of the machine, they had like a tube. And so it would feed itself into the tube and just spiral around like soft serve ice cream. It was really satisfying. And she processed pounds of wool in minutes. It was remarkable. Most fur does not weigh a lot, so pounds is a lot of fluff. Yeah. Once it's off of you, the fluff does not weigh very much at all, does it, baby? He's just chilling over here. I thought he wanted to get down. He just wanted to be done with the tickling and the pulling, I guess. So I'm letting him chill. Fluffy bunny cuddles. Oof. And just like sitting with him on my lap is like super warm. I have realized that if I turn the fan on, it gets a lot of fluff airborne, and that's just too much. Oof. But it gets very warm to sit with a fuzzy bunny. How are you feeling? That was pretty good. We cleared off the rest of his backside, all the way out onto both legs. That whole tummy, buddy. You did so nice. You did so nice. And I love his colors. These dark little tips on there. The 3 different colors of rabbits that I got, I really love that when I turn it into yarn, I can see which parts were from which rabbit. Like I know that the gray bit's in here. I think I trimmed the other one. Okay, so this one still has like a ton of halo, but on this one that I already finished, I kind of like brushed the extra halo to the inside of the sock, and then I just like gave it a haircut. It makes it much easier to see. Like the grays in here are from my big rabbit Haas. The white stuff was from Fizzgig because I had clipped the orange off of him, so I got like a ton of white fluff from him. And then there's the like red bits. Oh, I don't know if it's showing up very well on camera, but like right on the edge there, there's like the orange. It almost makes its own self-striping yarn. And at first I was even like keeping everything separate of like which fluff came from which bunny. So then I ended up with skeins of yarn that was like all Haas, or I mixed the Pfeffer and Fizzgig together because they were both shades of oranges and whites. Such a sweet boy. He's so sleepy, huh? It's not a bad day at all when you get to sit and cuddle with a bunny for a couple hours. It was a good day. It was a good day. I think we're doing pretty good on getting his coat caught up. A couple long bits in here yet, but nothing's tangling on his back, so I'm not worried about that. It will come out when it is ready. The fur is almost never ending. Almost never ending. But he's got a naked tummy. Show off your tummy. Show off your tummy. Look at that. We got all of those fluffs. All of those fluffs. Do you cute? And I cleared off a bunch of fur from his backside, but like it all gets hidden. You can't even tell. Yes, he sat really good and let me get quite a bit off of him today. I was impressed. He was down for the cuddles and the napping, and even for being my sweet boy, he surprised me. I was gonna let him run around on the floor, but then he just settled in on my lap, and I don't want to stop the cuddles. I have I've picked out a like separate container of like, okay, I'm gonna get my hair cut and we're gonna see how much I get. The crazy thing about it is like I've got a whole bag here. But it all squishes down so much that like when it's airy and fluffy, it takes up a ton of space. Let's see. So there's from him. This is all from him today. This whole like top chunk of it. That was from Fizzgig. And then all of this gray is from the last time I was sitting with Haas. And I just keep compressing it down until it doesn't fit in the bag anymore. And then I start a new bag. 2 out of my 3 are like satin, or at least part satin. And so their fur is, like, it's a bit shinier. But I think I'm also lucky that I can store it just all together in a bag like that because it doesn't felt up as much. Whereas with like sheep's wool, if you were to like compact it too much, that would get it to like kind of mat together. I know, I just keep finding more to pick at you. If you're sitting here, I'll find more. Next up to sit with me is Fizzgig, and I'm going to try and finish giving him just like a scissor haircut because his coat got all sorts of crazy on me last year. Part of it shed, and then other parts of it shed like a month or 2 later. So he ended up kind of dropping his coat in like patches and chunks. So he just needs like a full haircut because it is still straightening itself out. I would like to try and hop on with him either tomorrow or Wednesday because I don't have anything else going on those days. Otherwise, I will be back here next Monday with a bunny because that is the one consistent part of my streaming that I have figured out so far. On Mondays, we're gonna sit and groom a bunny. I think it's a good dopamine hit to start the week. Yeah. Oh, he's such a cute stinker. Oh, he's been so good for me today. I absolutely love it. Oh. Let's see. I'm gonna try and shift. I'm up here. Oi. I got bunny fluff on my face. Let's see. Diamond painting. Crocheting. Yes! They're Valentine's Day gnomes. I like gnomes. And these ones were at the Dollar Tree. I realized that now they're doing them for more seasons. I completely missed out on getting St. Patrick's Day gnomes, which I am a little bit disappointed about. But now they have like summer gnomes in the store. I kind of want all the gnomes. I also thought that I should make bunny gnomes because bunny fur would make a perfect gnome beard. Gnomies! What is the proper plural of gnomes? Gnomes? Gnome-esses? Gnomeses? Or once it becomes plural, do you pronounce the G? Then instead of gnomes, it's gnomes, and that's how you know it's plural. Well, I think I am getting ready for dinner. I'm going to finally give this guy a break from all of my cuddles. And I have been let's see, who did we go to last time? Ooh. Bunnies! I found these guys. And I think they are just wonderful. No bunnies, no bunnies. Okay, well. I don't think I'm quite ready to like raid the Mokos. They're a little bit too busy. I don't want all that attention. Some nice peaceful place to go and hang out for a little while. So let's see, knife making? Or bunny cam? I'm a lurker in a lot of places. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was fun getting to know you guys, chatting about bunnies. This little sweetheart made it super easy today. Super easy. You were a good cuddler today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Saul. I hope you have a great rest of your day, too. We're gonna go say hi to Lone Mountain. I swear he just picked his nose.